Some people in Dallas decided last night to protest what happened in Ferguson, Missouri by shutting down Interstate 35 and blocking traffic for 2 hours. And even though the same thing had happened in other large U.S. cities, Dallas police seem unprepared. Fox 4's Sean Rabb is in our Dallas newsroom with the story. Sean.
Yeah, in all, 7 people were arrested for arresting traffic, Steve. Demonstrators in the fast lane brought traffic to a standstill, and police really weren't ready for that.
You guys, this is downtown on the highway. Like, this is so dangerous.
Interstate 35 in downtown Dallas intercepted by demonstrators.
No justice, no peace.
Protesters outside police headquarters chanting
Black Lives Matter
and cheering. Then the crowd of a few hundred began moving, and the protest here meshed into what's been happening around the country. Like San Diego, protesters blocked traffic on northbound I-35 freeway. Or Oakland, where groups jumping onto Interstate 85 stopped traffic in both directions. And in Atlanta, hundreds poured out onto I-75, commandeering the road from commuters.
Wow.
And hundreds held the highway hostage for 2 hours in Dallas. Police called for response teams from all substations, not knowing what might go down. 6 people were arrested for obstruction of a highway, 1 for blocking a road. Now, we know the plan was to let protests go forward without confrontation. Not in the plan, up the on-ramp to hijack the highway. The same thing happening in Atlanta. Here's that city's mayor explaining why they chose not to intervene as protesters moved toward Highway 75.
Without having a very public and potentially violent conflict. And so, at least on the APD side, our judgment was to be thoughtful and calm and methodical.
And with another round of Dallas demonstrations tonight, the obvious can't be overstated.
To get out on the highway where you could be run over and killed is very dangerous. We want to use this in this community as an opportunity to get better, not to have a tragedy on our highways.
And we have to assume that Dallas police made the waited out decision like Atlanta to avoid a public push and shove with protesters up on the interstate. But we don't know because Dallas police wouldn't talk today despite multiple requests. We do know that supervisors told those patrol officers last night to just let it go. Right. Don't get into even a shouting match with those protesters, Steve.
And it's a political kind of element right now. A lot of cameras are up there.
Sure.
And you mentioned what, if it would have gone bad, they would have looked bad. I do have a question. A lot of people are going to say, just get up there and arrest them all. So let's talk about, is that even a possibility? Does the Dallas police force have that kind of manpower logistically to even do something like that?
Well, yeah, they do have the manpower, but the question is, do you want to do something like that? It's better to stop the traffic, and which, by the way, tonight I think you'll see police officers at the base of those on-ramps in the downtown area, in and around DPD's headquarters, where this thing might go, to make sure the protesters don't go up those ramps and onto the interstate. But you really don't want to get into trying to arrest 100, 150 people on the interstate with cars motoring in park all around. It's not the kind of thing you want to try and control. Yeah. It's like trying to corral a bunch of livestock that's made a run for it.
That's what I was going to say. Once it became clear that everyone is getting arrested, then people start running, and man,
No good.
It would be crazy. No good. All right, Sean Rabb, thank you.
Okay.